for a fact.
Good money, good money.
This is something I wanted for myself a long time ago. I just never thought it was going to happen. This is definitely going to be a treat for the fans. Two of the hardest hitters in boxing, David Benavidez and Gervonta Davis.
We've been training here for the past. Every time we focus and ourselves 100% on boxing, we know exactly where we're going.
I'm not a kid anymore. I'm taking my priorities serious. These things matter.
I read a lot of messages that people send me, and there's people be like, you know what, bro, you're an inspiration to me. You motivate me a lot. That's really what keeps my engine going. I can't let these people down, and I won't let these people down. I definitely do it for the fans. I don't think the fans know how much they mean to me. They're not even my fans. I feel like they're my family.
I don't want to lose. I hate losing.
The hard work has officially started. Gervonta Davis has begun a demanding new training camp alongside Team Benavidez, and the first clips from those sessions are already getting plenty of attention. The big question now is whether this marks the beginning of the comeback that could reshape his career.
David Morrell is definitely in trouble for this fight. At the end of the day, nobody fights like me. He's definitely in for the hardest fight of his life.
I'm evolving as a fighter and as a man.
Number one.
David Benavidez, he's another guy that's coming inside the ring. If it do play a big part, I take advantage of it.
As more videos from the training camp began attracting attention, Sean Porter shared his thoughts on the new partnership between Gervonta Davis and Jose Benavidez Sr. He said it looked like Tank had found the right fit. According to Porter, the key to a successful camp is the bond between a fighter and his coach. He believes Tank now has someone he fully trusts who understands him and works naturally with him, creating the type of relationship that can help him perform at his highest level.
I feel like he's comfortable with Jose, and just telling y'all what I know, sometimes that's all it takes. Whatever's gonna get this light flip up, turned on, and keep it on, sometimes it's comfort. I just need somebody that I feel comfortable with, that I can be myself with, and that, you know, when I'm ready to move, they moving. When they ready to move, I'm moving. And I feel like he thinks he has that with Jose.
Fannin believes that teaming up with Jose Benavidez Sr. could be a major step forward for Gervonta Davis. He praised Tank for his outstanding natural ability and explained that after working with the same trainers for so many years, bringing in a new voice and a different approach could help him reach an even higher level in his career.
Gervonta Davis is going to do well with Jose Benavidez. Gervonta Davis is an extremely talented fighter. He probably has learned everything that he can learn from Kenny and Calvin, having been with those guys for so long. So it may do him some good to have different eyes on that scenario.
YouTuber Showbiz the Adult believes that working with Jose Benavidez Sr. requires complete discipline and a strong commitment from the very beginning. He used Ryan Garcia as an example, saying the Benavidez team immediately refined his technique and expected him to train at a high level from the first day. In his opinion, that coaching was an important part of Ryan's growth and later success, which is why he believes Gervonta Davis could also gain a lot from the same demanding training approach.
I'm nowhere near fighter shape, but what I'm saying is they're going to teach you form, make you learn it right now, and practice it at a high pace. And that just killed me. I mean, completely washed me out. I mean, they did the same thing with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia showed up there and he had to deal with the family, get all of that culture together and the community stuff together. Then he had to learn the form from David Benavidez and Jose Benavidez Sr. He had to apply it right now and demonstrate it full speed. And what did that lead to? For the first time ever, Ryan Garcia could call himself champion. And I mean, not interim, not secondary, not kinda, but 100% full welterweight WBC champion. And it just so happened to follow training under the tutelage of Jose Benavidez.
Showbiz the Adult explained that Gervonta Davis has always relied on throwing very few punches because his style is built around patience, timing, accuracy, power, and ring intelligence. He believes that strategy hurt Tank during the fight with Lamont Roach because Roach did not leave many chances for effective counters. According to Showbiz, training with Jose Benavidez Sr. could help Davis improve at creating his own openings before launching counter shots, making the move to the Benavidez team a smart decision for the next chapter of his career.
Lack of activity is historic. I mean, he is the lowest volume fighter in the world. And a lot has to do with his timing, his IQ, his precision, and his power. He throws something when he sees something. But it just so happens to make him a low activity fighter. And against Lamont Roach, I think that has something to do with the trouble Lamont Roach gave him, because Lamont Roach didn't give him much. So Gervonta, he really couldn't find too much to counter. And in that situation, he had to try to punch Lamont Roach open. And that just didn't work well for that fight. But getting coached by the Benavidezes, oh, they definitely know how to punch you open, then counter. I think Gervonta Tank Davis made a very headsy choice to try Jose Benavidez.
Greg Hackett was pleased to see Gervonta Davis preparing for his return and described Tank as one of the most exciting fighters in boxing today. He said fans expect every Davis fight to end with a memorable knockout and added that he hopes Tank's next opponent will be a respected and proven contender who deserves the opportunity to face him in the ring.
Hey, I'm just happy Tank coming back. Tank's exciting. All the guys are exciting, but Tank, it's always a big question mark when Tank get in the ring. Is somebody about to get knocked out? You know what I mean? I just hope it's a good guy. Somebody, we can respect.
While Gervonta Tank Davis continues preparing for his return, the spotlight has already moved toward a possible mega fight with Devin Haney as excitement around the long-awaited matchup keeps growing. Haney wasted no time accepting the idea and made it clear that he is ready to step into the ring and finally make one of boxing's biggest potential fights happen. Responding to the talk, Haney simply said, "Let's go." Davis pushed back against the growing belief in Haney, saying that a few victories can make fighters think they have reached another level. He insisted that facing him is a completely different challenge and said a fight against the reigning champion would give Haney the biggest payday of his career, while also presenting the hardest test he has ever faced.
They get a few wins and they get a little above themselves. They ain't really like. They come see me and I give them a real. They get a real check. Yeah. A real check, and they get a real opponent. And I won't even say no real opponent. A real, the champ. Yeah. They get the champ.
At the same time, Gervonta Tank Davis responded to Devin Haney by making it clear that he wants to settle their rivalry in the ring once and for all. With reports suggesting that representatives from both sides have started talking, the long-anticipated fight now seems closer to becoming a reality than ever before.
I'm going for big nose. Let's get it on.
Adding even more excitement, Bill Haney said the discussions about a possible fight with Gervonta Tank Davis are real and not just speculation. He explained that his conversations with Al Heyman have made him more confident that the matchup can be finalized. Bill also stressed that the fight should take place without any dehydration or rehydration clauses and said the agreed weight should be no lower than 144 pounds.
I consider this as real. Me and Al have had discussions. That's made it even more real. Never has anyone said anything about any dehydration, rehydration, or anything for that matter. So I think that it should be, and what it should be, is a fair fight. And that weight is to be determined, but it won't be anything under 144 pounds.
Although the negotiations continue to move forward, Bill Haney admitted that one major challenge still remains. He believes the hardest part is convincing Gervonta Tank Davis to officially agree to the fight rather than worrying about what will happen once they are inside the ring. Even with that obstacle, Bill made it clear that he still has great respect for Tank and everyone on his team.
I think that's going to be the hardest part for Debo to get him in the ring than to actually be in the ring. And I think more people are starting to understand that maybe Bill Haney might have a little bit of truth to it by the confidence that we've shown about it. But ultimately, you know, I have a lot of respect for him and that.
Sharing his own opinion, Tim Bradley urged both teams to stop exchanging words and focus on making the long-anticipated fight happen. When discussing the possible outcome, he favored Devin Haney, saying that Haney's steady activity size advantages and refined boxing ability would likely give him the edge over Gervonta Tank Davis.
You know, just make the damn fights. That's it. Make the fights. Surprise us sometime. Please surprise us. Dang it. Less talking, more action. But that's my take on that fight. You want to know who I think would win if they were to fight? Devin Haney. Ooh, Tim, you crazy. Tim, you crazy. Ain't no way he gonna beat Tank Davis. Ain't no way. Tank got too much power for him. Tank this, Tank that. What about Dev? Dev been active. Dev been busy. I'm going with the more active fighter. The one that's been busy. That's who I'm going with. The bigger fighter. The guy that can box. That's who I'm going with.
Tim Bradley believes the edge goes to the fighter who has stayed busy and continued improving through regular competition. He explained that complete boxing skills matter more than pure punching power. Bradley also welcomed the news that Gervonta Tank Davis could work with Jose Benavidez Sr., and said he hopes the partnership helps Tank regain his motivation and sharpen his focus.
They've been busy. I'm going with the more active fighter. The one that's been busy. That's who I'm going with. The bigger fighter. The guy that can box. That's who I'm going with. Tank can box? Yeah. Oh, and I'm hearing the also that Tank is getting ready, supposedly, sorry about that, that's my dog. Supposedly, Tank is supposed to be going with Benavidez Sr. Really? Look, I'll say this. I hope that Benavidez Sr. can bring back some desire. I hope he can bring back a jar of desire and instill it.
Meanwhile, Showbiz the Adult believes a possible fight between Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney should come with an even financial split. He acknowledged that Tank has traditionally been the bigger pay-per-view attraction, but said Haney's active career and strong accomplishments have narrowed that difference, especially after Tank's draw with Lamont Roach.
The Haneys start with 50-50. And then we can work from you standing strong down. That's how all negotiations happen. Now, do I think it's a 50-50 fight? Yes and no. Financially, obviously not. I would never see Tank Davis as an undercard. Never. But merit-wise, it's 50-50. Because Tank, where you been? Your last fight was a draw against Lamont Roach coming up. Debo became another division champion and been fighting and putting in work. Times Square cards and big time shit, right? So merit-wise,
Colonel Moden believes the wait for the fight could have a huge impact on the result. He said Tank's strength and punching power would make him the favorite if the bout takes place at 145 pounds. However, he feels the matchup becomes much more even at 140 pounds. He also explained that Haney's footwork and technical boxing ability could help him win enough rounds if Tank is unable to land his most powerful shots.
Versus Tank.
It depends on what weight. Like if it's at 35, then Devin, he's not gonna be able to mess with Tank at all. I just feel like Tank's too strong at 35. Yeah. Devin just too weak at 35.
What if it's at 40? What if it's at 40?
Either fighter could win that fight. Tank, he got the power, and he got the equalizers. Anything can happen with Tank. But Tank give away a lot of rounds. So maybe if he's not able to land that punch and Devin just keep winning rounds, stacking rounds.
Right.
And then maybe the last, 5 rounds, Devin just move around, play it safe.
Right.
That's Devin's decision. So either fighter could win that one.
Meanwhile, Teofimo Lopez offered a different view of Gervonta Davis. and said Tank's success has come more from constant pressure and relentless aggression than from traditional boxing fundamentals. Lopez believes that style was shaped by the demanding boxing culture in Washington, D.C., where toughness and non-stop intensity are valued more than polished technique. In his opinion, Davis was developed into a relentless competitor rather than a classic technical boxer.
He's not a boxer. See, people don't understand this. Tank is not a boxer. He grew up from headbangers in DC, and they used to put a tire in the middle, put their foot in the middle of that tire, and bang it out in DC.
Looking ahead to the matchup, Eddie Hearn praised Devin Haney for his professionalism, discipline, and complete commitment to boxing. He also described Gervonta Tank Davis as a rare talent with natural ability that only a few fighters ever possess. Hearn said the outcome would depend largely on Tank's mentality, because a fully focused Davis has everything needed to beat any opponent. He added that whoever wins the fight would take a major step forward in the sport and strengthen their place among boxing's biggest stars.
I mean, look, you just don't know how Tank's going to come back. When did he last fight?
March against him.
So a year and a half? I mean, longer time he gets, say the fight happened in November, December, like a year and a half. And he's been through a lot. But Tank is an unbelievable talent.
As the rumors continued to grow, Devin Haney returned to the gym and resumed training while preparing for the possibility of facing Gervonta Davis in the ring. Devin Haney returned to sparring as his training camp picked up intensity ahead of a possible return to the ring. The focus of those sessions was improving his timing, refining his movement, and making sure every part of his game was as sharp as possible for the challenge that lies ahead.
It's Haney time. You know what time it is. It's Haney time. What? No.
Devin Haney's trainer said Haney reached the top by relying on his speed, smart footwork, and high boxing IQ, while making the best use of those strengths early in his career. He also explained that moving up to 140 pounds has helped increase Haney's punching power, even though his style has always centered on outboxing opponents and controlling rounds. According to his trainer, Haney has matured into a more experienced champion who is now putting more weight behind his punches and is expected to become even more dangerous with his power in future fights.
Devin's IQ and boxing, being young and having the speed and the legs, he's taking advantage of that now. While you're young, you got to use that speed and your legs, because as you get older, your legs and your speed deteriorates. You know what I mean? But Devin does have power. Speed is power. And going up to 140, he's got a lot more power now. And Devin always been a puncher. He's just been concentrating on speed, winning each and every round, winning each and every minute of every round. That's what's more important. But he's becoming more mature. He's a veteran champion now. And I think he wants knockouts now. So I think the power is really going to come out of Devin Haney from 140 pounds and up from here on out on his